Hey, Evan. Hi. So, do you remember when you were here visiting in Florida and we went to the beach and you were in the water for hours? Do you know what that water was? It was the Atlantic Ocean. And I have a book called Atlantic. It's all about the Atlantic Ocean. And I think that's a whale tale. Okay, well, let's see. So G. Brian Karras is the author and the illustrator. So he wrote the words and he painted the pictures. Here we go. I am the Atlantic Ocean. I begin where the land runs out at the end of yards and streets and hills. I am the blue water at the beach, the waves, mists, and storms. That salty smell is me too. This one is like us at the beach, right? There's a rainy day at the beach. I stretch from the icy poles north and south. I rub shoulders with North America. That's where we live. And bump into Africa. I slosh around South America and crash into Europe. But I don't end there. The Pacific and Indian, Arctic and Antarctic are my relatives. We are one big family. My water doesn't stay in just one place. It travels from continent to continent. So that iceberg floating past someone's window one day will sometime find itself lapping at your toes on a warm, sandy beach. These are cool illustrations. I like the watery arrows. So the water's always moving. My fingers stretch out bays and inlets, reach far into the land. Gulf seas, sounds, and channels lead to me and into me. They are me. Beautiful illustrations. I am here day and night, heaving, raging, lying still, scraping away at some land and putting it someplace else. Bit by bit, my shape changes, as it has for ages, sometimes growing and sometimes shrinking, never staying still. The sun, so many millions of miles away, heats my water, which turns into clouds and storms that rain into me, and it starts all over again. Look at that. See? The moon, so far out in space, pulls at me and then lets go. So my tides go in and out, ebb and flood. Remember we had low tide and high tide? And low tide's when you find all the interesting things on the beach that the water has left up there. And the moon is what creates that ebb and flow, that high tide and low tide. First, I was discovered, even though I was here first, and then conquered by men in big ships who named me. I've been crossed and probed, charted, studied, dirtied. So look. Let's see what we've got. Oh, oil wells. So we've got oil wells here. And ships with little submarines studying the ocean there. And see the little bit of land up there? There's lots more water than land. And this is a ship with sonar. So it's like sound waves under the water, and it gives them a picture of what is under there. And let's see, what else do we have? Oh, these are little submarines. So people also exploring. And there's an old-fashioned kind of ship. So the original big ships that sailed. Now, of course, ships look more like that. Fishermen know me. They know my oyster beds and seek out my schools of fish with hooks and nets, long lines and traps. See the bottom of the boat up here? He's got a big net and he's looking for those fishies. So when you eat shrimp, fried shrimp, or fish, some fishermen had to go out and catch that, right? So, is this great and wide sea? We're in, oh, I see. I can't really read that. Oh, I see. This is bits of poems. Okay. This up here, which is very hard to read, are bits of various artists' poems about the ocean. So it says here, artists paint pictures of me with cerulean, cobalt, and ultramarine. I do that. And poets know me with their beautiful words. So here's the colors and the words of the ocean that poets and artists use. The dancing shadow of your airplane skips over wave, over wave with dolphins who sing and race with skates and whales and fish that fly. Oh, look at that. Neat. There's the airplane shadow. And the dolphins. Neat. Seagulls sing to me. Sand and pebbles rattle and clatter a chorus as I rush in and pull away. Here's the gull. Oh, look, his little toes. They might be your little toes on the sand. My words crash and whisper in your ear. Don't forget, I am here. I am the Atlantic Ocean. Whoa, that was a good story. Yeah, so here on the very back, it says some important little notes about the Atlantic Ocean, which I'm going to read to you too. It says, I am not the Earth's largest ocean, that's the Pacific Ocean, but I have many miles of shoreline because of my inlets, bays, gulfs, seas, sounds, and channels. Some people think all of the Earth's oceans as one, the world or global ocean, because they're all sort of connected. If you were to empty me of all of my water, you would find deep trenches. The Puerto Rico Trench is 8,648 meters deep. That's really deep. You could fit Mount Everest in the Puerto Rico Trench, and only a little bit of it would stick up. Wide basins and the Earth's longest mountain range, the Mid-Atlantic Ridge. I move about in giant currents like the Gulf Stream and the Brazil and North Atlantic currents, bringing warm weather to Ireland and dry winds to Africa. I've been around for ages. Though I am from millions and millions of years of rain, I am the Earth's youngest ocean. In the beginning, the Earth had one ocean, the Panthalassa. I continue to grow a couple of inches wider each year. What I will look like 200 million years from now, I don't know. But for as old as I am and as strong as I can be, I am in danger. What doesn't belong in my water are chemical and people wastes, oil and garbage. Please treat me with respect. What do you think? Did you like that book? I thought it was pretty awesome. All right. Sweet dreams tonight, and I love you, my boy. See you soon.